So I chased Sett for a little bit. Now I'm just kind of waiting in the river to see where he's going to appear. I don't see him right away, so I come up and I want to get the push advantage so I can get level 2 faster, so I can bully him around in lane. Way to get level 2 faster is you get experience once the minions have died. So you have to kill more minions than him or be around for more of them when they die faster. So I believe it's the third minion on the second wave. So spam potions, auto the wave as much as possible to get back health, ignite him, make him flash, don't greed for anything. Boom. Just won the lane. I've been patient. So I see there's really nothing to do here, so I'm like, maybe I can harass him a little bit more, but I'm out of mana, I might get ganked. I really should recall. I'm just wasting time here, so that's a mistake on my part by not recalling. I guess I see that their jungle is bottom side, so I go ahead. For Nocturn in particular, I went to the middle of the wave to do that so I could get the most out of his passive. Lifesteal off of everything hit. So wait, I grab the cannon. Nope. Rip. Missed the cannon. Something I didn't realize I've started doing is make sure you get all your not caster minions, your melee minions. They're 21 gold apiece. Your casters are only 12 apiece. At this point, I know he's beating me. I should just leave. I'm just trying to get the wave under. And I'm trying to bait it out for his jungle to come in. So I'm like, ooh, look at this. Get on my farm and get out. Go reset. Got reset right in front of him. Probably should not have done that. That was a waste of time. You always want to recall in the bush so they can't see you. Try and spend as much gold as you can when you go back to Fountain. You want to use all your gold as much as possible, so that's why I bought the boots and the sword. The only time you don't is when you're trying to get your core mythic item first to spike really hard. Then you might be able to wait, but I don't have teleport or anything like that, so I feel I'll do better with a little bit extra movement speed against this guy. Nocturne has slow movement speed when he's outside of his queue. For Sett, you just have to stay really close to him, and then when he does that little arc thing, like get out of it, go behind him. Alright, just trying to push the waves, try and get those tower plates, look at the mini-map every once in a while, see where everybody's at. Nunu's bottom, around Drake, so we should be good. That's why you don't need to ward. Mid is down in Dragon, so I'm like, they're down there. A lot of people don't get these plants. They don't know what they are, so it's very good to get these. Check the enemy jungle while you're waiting for them to push out your lane. Sometimes you might snag a blue or a red, depending on what side you're in. Very beneficial. I threw the Q that way, so I can kite back away towards the river. Probably should have checked Gromp too. That would have been one more thing to get. But Sett had freeze the wave, so. He's got more health than me, so you just want to. I want to get stored back up on health and mana. Could have gotten a few extra autos in and then backed away. Oh, I used my spell shield way too early, and therefore I die. That was a good play by Sett. Just overcommitted there, so I should have backed up. I mean, should have waited on the spell shield. Attack speed's good. It resets my passive more, and I get more health out of it that way. Refillable is always good to have, even if you're behind or ahead, because in the early game, because every time you go back, it gets cheaper and cheaper. You get more worth out of it. So here, what I'm doing is I'm hoping that Sett will stay, and I can zoom in on him with my ultimate, but Sett's smart and actually doesn't. Now, if you have like a teleport, if you're able to win lane without your ult, the thing is, you will, if you're able to, you kill your laner, then you go reset, and then you go directly to bot. Then you ult in on the bot carry, hopefully, kill them, and then you recall, and then teleport back to top. So, don't know where Mundo is. I mean, not Mundo, Nunu. So I put that ward down. It should have been a little bit bigger, but if you see my jungler and my mid laner coming, pretty good. Pretty safe to push into them. Use that spell shield wrong. Depending on your matchup, but usually you'll want to max your E after you do your Q. Your Q is a damage projectile in a straight line. If you hit a champion, then they move the fog around with it. And anywhere that fog is that you're standing in, you will get increased damage and movement speed. And you do not collide with units. So that's really useful. Your W is your spell shield. It'll stop any spells coming in if you time it right. Your E is a fear, and your ultimate, you click on it, everybody has reduced true sight, and you can ult into them from really far away. So we see that he's pushing into us, so I try and poke him down a little bit. Sett's pretty good, 2v1. Boom. Oh. And I think mid comes too, and I dodge like, woo. Dodge several different ultimates. Boom, kill her. Go back in. Get out alive. It's just paying attention to the map. Not paying attention to like just where your character is, but what's going on elsewhere. And a recall. I got 1,300 gold to spend. Should have recalled, but I saw some extra camps, so I was like, you know what? I can get about 100 more gold off of this. My jungler isn't going to get it. He's jungling, so I'm just collecting all those resources. Now I have almost 1,500 gold. But I should have recalled, because then I would have been able to have maybe some of it. So, see what I did there? I could spend more money by getting the boots. Those steel caps do really good. Used to be called ninja tabbies. Steel caps do really good against Sett. He does a lot of physical damage. Use your Q to get back to lane. A lot of people don't. Like, if you have any sort of move speed on your champion, you really want to use that to get back to lane, as long as it doesn't drain your mana too much. The way I have my runes set up, as long as I'm doing damage, I'm getting mana regen back. Plus, I have mana flow ban, so I like to cast a lot of spells. So having that mana regen is vital for the way my play style is. Now, if you know how to hold back and reserve your abilities and know how to save a little bit better, then obviously excuse me, kind of on a weird setup. I'm on a night shift right now, so we just go back and forth, holding down the space bar. That's why it looks like I'm camera locked. I just kind of default to that, but if I need to go out, you'll see it. I'll let go of it here shortly so I can pan out. There you go. You just stay on him. Use that spell shield really wrong. But it's okay. You don't greed for those type of plays, because you don't have a big enough wave to dive him yet. So you just gotta wait for your wave. He's got to recall and reset, so that means you get to wail on the tower a little bit longer. And sometimes winning a game isn't necessarily carrying, it's not feeding, so your team can carry, because it's a team-oriented event. So if you can do so, you want to allow your team to be able to do all that carrying. Another thing that's cool is if you leave the tower up a little longer, the top laner has to come all the way out. So while your team is up close to his base, he's got to be extended way far away from his team, and he can't help. So as long as you're not feeding, you're stalling him out and keeping him from the rest of the team, which helps you win the game. So when you get up into the higher levels, find out that killing champions isn't everything. It's how you play the game as much as how well you do against your laner. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to push in my wave so it's all the way to his tower, so I can get a recall in without him getting free damage on my tower. I'm just trying to get him off the wave, plus I'm trying to get some mana back, so I need to fight him to get mana back to start that mana gen. Let him know that he's coming, danger ping it. And recall. You have no mana, so there's really nothing you can do. But you want to kind of watch what's going on. That's something I'm bad about doing. And then you let your team know that you don't have any more mana resources. But when you're recalling, you're going back to lane, that's your time to get information on the map. You don't need to be focused on your champion. Try to get other information on the map, where the enemy's at, what ultimates they've used, and so forth. So I let him know I'm on my way. I let him know I have ultimate. And then once I grab the ultimate, I come in, and then we're able to get a kill off of this. Boom. Too easy. I think they just give up here in a minute. Yeah, it was a really, really short game. They just knew that nothing was going to be able to happen, and so they just, gave up, surrendered. So that's how you do it. Talk to y'all later.